Hello everyone. Today we explore how a substance often associated with sleep might influence muscle development and recovery. Growth hormone is a natural substance your body produces. It plays an important role in cell repair, muscle growth, and overall rejuvenation, especially after physical activity. Intense exercise, such as weightlifting, is a known way to naturally encourage your body to release more growth hormone. Understanding how to support this natural process through effective training and good recovery habits is a key part of achieving fitness goals. Melatonin is a hormone your body makes, primarily known for regulating sleep-wake cycles. However, research suggests it has other effects too. Back in 1999, scientists in Britain discovered that taking melatonin before a cardiovascular workout could increase the amount of growth hormone circulating in the blood. This finding raised an interesting question for researchers. Could melatonin have a similar effect when taken before strength training, which is very different from cardio exercise? This early study paved the way for more investigation into melatonin's broader physiological impacts. To answer this question, researchers at Baylor University designed an experiment. They recruited 60 well-trained individuals, 30 men and 30 women, for their study. These participants performed a short strength training session in the afternoon. Before their workout, each person received either a placebo, which has no active ingredient, 0.5 milligrams of melatonin, or a larger 5 milligram dose of melatonin. Using a placebo helps scientists determine if the observed effects are truly due to the supplement or other factors. The results for the male participants were quite specific. Taking the low 0.5 milligram dose of melatonin led to a significant increase in the peak level of growth hormone after their training session. Interestingly, this melatonin intake did not directly change the levels of insulin-like growth factor 1, or IGF-1, which often rises when growth hormone increases. However, melatonin did boost the production of a protein called IGF-BP3, which helps IGF-1 work more effectively in the body. But it had no effect on IGF-BP1, a protein that can reduce IGF-1's benefits. For men interested in this effect, a small amount of melatonin before lifting weights might support this hormonal response. Scientists believe they understand how melatonin achieves this boost in growth hormone. The research suggests melatonin works by reducing the body's secretion of somatostatin. Somatostatin is another hormone that naturally puts the brakes on growth hormone production. By lowering somatostatin levels, melatonin essentially removes one of the body's natural inhibitors, allowing for a greater release of growth hormone after exercise. This shows that hormonal interactions in the body are complex and interconnected. However, the study found that these effects on growth hormone were not seen in the female participants. The researchers who conducted the study are not yet sure why this difference between men and women exists. It is also important to note a 2006 study from Swedish researchers. They found that taking a much higher dose of 6 milligrams of melatonin before strength training actually decreased the growth hormone peak. This highlights that dosage is very important, and more is not always better. Women should be aware that this particular approach might not yield the same results for them, and very high doses could even be unhelpful. For individuals, particularly men, who believe that an increased growth hormone peak after exercise is beneficial, experimenting with a low dose of melatonin before workouts could be considered. A dose around 0.5 milligrams is what showed positive results in the Baylor study for men. This amount can often be obtained by using very low-dose tablets, perhaps 5.1 milligram tablets. Such low doses are generally too small to cause feelings of sleepiness during daytime activities. Always start with the lowest suggested dose to see how your body responds. An interesting idea is to combine low-dose melatonin with a mild stimulant like caffeine before a workout. This combination might help prevent any slight drowsiness that even a low dose of melatonin could cause in sensitive individuals. Theoretically, this pairing could also enhance melatonin's effect on growth hormone peaks. The thinking is that melatonin helps growth hormone secretion by stimulating something called growth hormone releasing hormone, or GHRH. Stimulants like caffeine can also encourage GHRH production during exercise through their effects on the nervous system. If you use pre-workout drinks that contain caffeine, adding a very small amount of melatonin could be an option, but monitor your body's reaction closely. Beyond its effects on growth hormone, melatonin has been studied for other potential health impacts. Some research indicates that melatonin can reduce estradiol levels, a type of estrogen. Another study conducted in animals suggested that melatonin supplementation extended their lifespan. While these findings are from different research areas, they show that melatonin is a versatile hormone with multiple roles in the body. If these other aspects of melatonin interest you, specific research on those topics can provide more detailed insights. The key takeaway for men is that a low dose of melatonin, around 0.5 milligrams, taken before strength training can increase the post-exercise growth hormone peak. This seems to happen because melatonin reduces somatostatin, a hormone that normally limits growth hormone release. This effect was not observed in women in the same study, and higher doses of melatonin might even reduce growth hormone. If considering this approach, remember that dose is crucial, and combining it with caffeine might offset drowsiness and potentially boost the desired effect. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.